Today, we're going to talk about 3 brand new ways that you can dropship on eBay with absolutely no startup money. And we're jumping right in. All right, guys, welcome to the video. So today we're going to jump into this relatively quickly. Now, this is a great business model because it's your typical dropshipping business model, but unlike the majority of people, you're not going to be dropshipping the same products. You're not going to be dropshipping, from the same sites. You're not with the typical Shopify business model. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily if you know how to target well and if you're, running pixels on your website and you're doing a number of things on the back end. Great, phenomenal. However, this method is a little bit more for starters that are kind of looking to generate startup money, and you can do this from anywhere in the world. I'm going to show you how here in a second with zero money at all. So it's a great method if you're starting and you kind of want to build a little bit of funds initially so that you can invest them into a long-term business model. Maybe that's private labeling, maybe that's then your typical dropshipping business model. Whatever it is, maybe it's content creation, it doesn't matter. This is a great way to do it, and I'm not just going to give you the entire business model. I'm not just going to give you like the general overview. I'm literally going to take you through everything here on 3 different websites on eBay here in a second. Now, I sell a course on this. I just released it about 2 weeks ago and it's been selling well, but I'm going to give you the entire business model right here in this video because you guys are my YouTube subscribers and you're loyal viewers, and I genuinely appreciate you. So this is something I used to do, and we're going to jump into it right away, and you can do it too. So here we are on eBay, obviously, in the seller hub of eBay. First website we're going to use is AliExpress, but we're going to differentiate ourselves from the other people dropshipping on AliExpress by simply, just using suppliers that are within the regions that we're doing. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I've seen, Spain, I've seen Germany, I've seen Australia, I've seen Canada, I've seen the UK, I've seen a number of other countries. And if you want to use those countries and the eBay is associated with those areas, that's totally fine. However, it doesn't matter where you are in the world currently. You can drop ship from AliExpress and the US, suppliers on AliExpress, like I'm going to show you in here in a second, and on eBay.com. So you don't need to be in the United States to actually do this. However, obviously, if you are, it doesn't make it a little bit easier, but then it's just common sense for you. So eBay, here we are. Now we're going to pick an item on eBay, and we're just going to roll through it right here. So I'm going to go to fashion backpacks because I typically, and the more you do this, you're going to understand, which products obviously sell better on eBay, the margins that you can get from typical different items. I know that bags typically have a good markup on eBay. So what I would do, let's just hypothetically go to fashion backpacks here. And I'm going to sort it, and this is crucial, ship from the United States. So that what that does is it sorts all the AliExpress warehouses and suppliers that are shipping from within the United States. The reason that's important is it's going to drop your shipping time all the way down to like 2 to 4 days a lot of times, and not that typical 2 weeks to 2 to 3 weeks e-packet from China supplier shipping time. So it's really going to help you, and it's going to allow you to drop ship on eBay a lot more effectively. Obviously, you can do new arrivals, you can do your sort by your ratings. As always, you can sort by price, you can sort by brands, and you can sort by free shipping. I'm just going to roll through it right here, excuse me, to give you an example. So hypothetically, let's roll through, and we decided that this backpack right here that's selling for $350 to $620 a piece, I can sell it on eBay for maybe 17 bucks or something like that. And the way that you're going to do this, I'm not going to run through every single thing here because it's pretty self-explanatory. And if you have a question on any of these websites or this entire business model, drop it in the comment section down below, and I'd love to answer it for you. So the way that you're going to do that is obviously you're going to click on it, you're going to check it out. So what you're going to do then is this is a fashion leather girl's backpack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to eBay.com, not the actual seller hub, and I'm going to say fashion backpack. Let's go leather fashion backpack. Leather women's leather fashion backpack. Jeez. And there it is. There's the exact backpack right here that they're drop shipping. So this one's selling for $879 to $899. This one looks like it's selling one have sold from $799 to $899. So this person's making a markup of $1 or $2, which is not ideal. This looks relatively similar. It looks pretty similar for $1546. This is where most people go wrong too. So what you're gonna want to do You're not just going to want to look at what's listed and what appears to be selling. Is what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down here to sold items and sort it that way. The reason that you're going to want to do that is because it's going to show you the market for that specific item and for that specific potential product. And the reason that that's important is because some items sell well on eBay for a certain price, just like some items sell well on Amazon for a certain price, just like some items sell well on Facebook Marketplace for a certain price. You want to sort through sold and check it through sold so that you can see that, oh, okay, look, September 7th, it's currently September 7th. It looks like this just sold, this backpack right here, a leather women's backpack for $30.99. This one, that is a Prada, so we'll just obviously ignore that one. But you're going to want to look for typical, related items that, are selling well, and look for what they're selling for. So this looks relatively similar. It's not branded. It's just a fashion leather backpack, $16.25. This looks a little similar, although it's men's, or it says both of them. And you can differentiate yourself here because clearly these people are just copying and pasting the titles. So there's a lot that goes into this. But I'm telling you, the marketplace for this, not specifically for backpacks, but for just dropshipping items like this, is phenomenal. So it also looks like somebody sold that exact backpack yesterday for $5.99, so that's a good indicator. A similar one for $12.98, a similar one for $32.98, a similar one for $24.15. So it looks like they're selling relatively frequently on the website for about anywhere from $7 to maybe $15, depending on your account, and that's crucial. So if you have a brand new account, obviously, there are some things that you're going to want to keep in mind too, and these are important as well. So I'm throwing a lot of gems here in this video. So first and foremost, you're going to want to sell cheap items first, because if you're a brand new account, PayPal is going to have a hold on your account. eBay is going to keep a PayPal hold on your account until it sees that you sold a couple of different things. And once it sees that you sold a couple of different things and you have no issues with the buyers, then it's going to permanently release those funds to you right away. So you want to sell cheap things first. So maybe like $1 or $2, things around your house, whatever. Just get rid of them, and that way you can get a good A rating, which is crucial too, and B, you can get that payment hold, just taken away initially. You only need to sell a couple things to get rid of that payment hold. However, another key component is, like I said, the rating. So what this is going to do is keep in mind that the better your eBay account is ranked, and the more you're selling, the more frequently you're selling, the more you're listing as well, and the higher your ratings are, the higher you can typically sell items for. So I know that my eBay account is pretty ranked. I only have, I think it's like, maybe it's like 80 ratings, but and I don't sell anymore a lot on eBay. But if I were listing a lot and I was selling frequently and I had about 80 ratings, I could sell with trust on eBay. And eBay is going to push my stuff higher up the list and give it more visibility on the platform. And on top of that, buyers are going to buy from me at a higher price with more trust because I'm a trusted seller. So those are things to keep in mind. If you're starting out, doesn't mean that you can't do that. It just means that you might need to sell a little bit on the lower end and not necessarily on the higher end. So what I mean by that specifically is we just identified that this backpack potentially has a market on eBay for $7 or $6 all the way to $15. Me, as a trusted, verified, 80 rating seller with high listing frequencies and stuff like that, I could obviously sell that backpack for $15. Maybe I could get away with it close to 20. But if you're brand new, and obviously there's things along that spectrum, brand new versus experienced and ranked. If you're brand new, you might want to sell it closer to $7 or $8 and just make a slow markup. Get those initial sales and the initial velocity so you're increasing your visibility. Also get the potential good feedback from those other sellers so that other people on eBay can buy with you with trust. So you don't need a lot of ratings, just like on Amazon with this. If you get a couple, it'll at least show that you're a trusted seller, you've done it before, people have rated you well, and people excuse me, almost choked on my own words there. And people can buy from you with trust. So all that being said, we're going to run through another example really fast right here that's not this specific backpack. Let's go up to all categories again. And this might be a longer video, but I'm telling you, there's 2 other great websites. I'm going to roll through it all. You can take this video, if you learn nothing else today or this entire week, you can take what I'm telling you in this video, implement it, take the action. That's crucial. A lot of people will they're just learning freaks. They just get all hopped up on learning some new concept, but they're not going to take action and implement it. If you implement this process, you can make money this week doing this, and you can continue to add skills to your arsenal while you're making money with this. So it's a great method. All right, let's search for another thing. Let's go shoes this time. Let's go women's flats. This would be better, obviously, in the beginning of summer. We're approaching, the end of summer and, early fall. So it's probably not ideal necessarily right now, but just hypothetically, let's roll with it. So this right here specifically looks like a gold mesh tennis shoe, a lace-up tennis shoe for women. So it looks like it's selling for $14.41 to $19.19. And obviously you're gonna have to list different variations if you wanna do that. If you just wanna keep it, plain with gray, or you just wanna keep it plain with black, totally fine as well. So let's go through and we'll search the market for this. We know that we can potentially get this on AliExpress for $14.41 to $19.19, correct? All right, whoa, what's going on with my computer there? All right, what was that again? That was a women's lace-up tennis shoe. Women's lace-up tennis shoe. And remember, we're not looking at branded items because we're buying from AliExpress here specifically. So this looks like it's canvas, I don't know if Teos is a brand or whatever, but it looks like that's sold. Now we do remember that it's important to keep in mind that you click the sold items still so that you can see the market share of this potential item on eBay. So today it looks like this sold for $55. This sold for $24. It's Coach though, so we'll ignore that. This sold for $19.95. This sold for $49.99. This looks relatively similar, although it is Adidas, it's branded, we'll ignore that. Those are old Nikes, those are terrible. These look like they've sold yesterday for $15.99. This looks like it's selling 2 days ago. So this market is a little bit worse, although obviously if you can sell it for 40, then your markup and your profit margin would be better. But let's hypothetically go through and assume, so I don't waste too much of your time with this method, because you can go through and watch it again and relearn it and implement all these same strategies that I'm talking about. Literally take a checklist of everything that I've said is important, check them out, and then implement them to whatever item you're searching for on eBay. And then I'm gonna take you through the next couple steps here in a second. Let's obviously assume that we looked here and there was a bunch of sales on the 7th. There was a bunch of sales on the 6th. There was a bunch of sales on the 5th for these similar looking shoes, women's lace-up tennis shoes, for anywhere from 20 bucks all the way to 65. Then hypothetically, I'm assuming that the majority of you watching this have a new or a barely ranked eBay account. So what I say, it was like 20 bucks all the way to 65. And you know that you can get these for $14.41 to $19.19 a piece, correct? And they have a good rating, which is good. So that's another thing to keep in mind, because obviously people that have bought these they're not cheap. They're satisfied with the product. So what you can then do is you can obviously go ahead and assume that maybe you want to just keep it low, a low markup initially. You're going to list this on eBay, maybe for 30 bucks. And then that 30 bucks is obviously every single time somebody goes through and makes a purchase, you're simply just going to drop ship it from AliExpress to their specific location. And the reason that that's great is it's going to get there fast because you sorted through the suppliers correctly. It's going to have they're going to have a good experience because it's rated high. You know that you can get it for about 15 to 20 bucks, and you know that you can make a markup of 10 to 15 bucks depending on how many people buy it, obviously every single time somebody purchases this. The great part about that is you don't have to pay for it, obviously, just like any other drop shipping business model, before someone else buys it from you, and you don't need to pay for the listing on eBay before somebody buys it for you as well. So just imagine if we went through and we listed 10 items, 50 items, 100 items, and they were all just pushing in, 10 bucks here, 15 bucks here, 4 bucks here, 2 bucks here, 20 bucks here, every single day. You can scale this up really fast, and the great part about it is, like I said, you don't need to pay for anything before you get paid. So if I were gonna do this, obviously, I would go through and I wouldn't just copy and paste like everybody else does. I would make a good, I would create a listing, I'd make a good, title for it. So maybe I'd say like women's lace-up tennis shoes, and then keywords are important a lot more on eBay nowadays, just to give you a little bit more visibility, because it's a little bit beyond scope of this video. But so women's lace-up tennis shoes, let's just say blah blah blah. Maybe I went through and I identified a bunch of other great keywords that read well and didn't look like they were just copy and pasted from AliExpress. Get started, obviously. Let's just assume it found something similar. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm copy and paste all these same images into eBay. So I'm going to put the images into the photos. I'm going to go through and add variations. If it asks you for the brand, just make up your own brand or just give it the brand that it's listed as. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, another thing to keep in mind, don't just copy the item specs. Don't do that, because what that's going to do is it's going to tell the buyers that A, you're either a manufacturer, or B, you're dropshipping. Now, even if people don't know what dropshipping is, if they go through and they look at this as the description, it's not going to be it's not good copy. It's not good sales strategy. So what you can do is take about 5 minutes, take about 10 minutes. It's all it takes. Remember, this is going to pay you 10 to 15 bucks potentially every day, every other day, every 5 days, whatever it is, maybe 5 times a day if you find a good one. And you're going to want to go through and look at all these specs right here and put them into a paragraph or two of good email, or not good email, good, sales copy on your listing. And you put that in the description, and then obviously you list it for the list price. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't go too high on the quantity, so maybe I'll go with like 5 or 10 and then re-up my quantity as people buy them. But that's all it basically is in a nutshell, guys. So to recap, all you want to do is you want to find a good item that you think can sell high. Check it on eBay to see if it has a market share and what it's selling for. If you see that it's a good item, list it on eBay for a markup in price. When people come into your listing and buy it, you simply go to AliExpress, to that specific supplier, and what I like to do is I copy and paste the actual URL so I don't forget it, and I'll just put them all in a folder, on my desktop, simple. And then what I do is I go through and I'd go through and maybe search for 10 to 15 more products, maybe 50 other products, and list them all. Now you're gonna notice that once you list them, some of them you're gonna be wrong about. Some of them just people don't buy, and that's okay, because you can always take them down and relist something else. It's 100% free a lot of times, especially if you have any questions about how to get free stuff. Obviously you can just call eBay. They're really, really good with just giving you new listings and giving you free listings. There's a lot of promotions, but if you have a specific question on how to actually implement that or do that, just drop it in the comment section down below. Love to answer it for you. Okay, so now moving on. Like I said, scale that up. You can add 50 items. Imagine if you had 100 items, all paying you even $5 every other day. It's a lot more money every single month for free, and it doesn't take that much time. Once you set it up, it's pretty, automated. All you have to do is fulfill the orders, and by that, all I mean is you mark them as shipped, you copy and paste their address, and then on top of that, you simply put in AliExpress, and say blindly dropship. Moving on, the next two we're gonna move pretty fast. AliExpress is obviously, in my opinion, the best, but another one that's great, obviously you can do it from Amazon if you wanted to. I like to do Target and Walmart. So Target will be the second one, and Walmart will be the third. And these are a little bit different than AliExpress. You know that you're getting valuable, good products. You know that they're gonna be shipped fast to the person. You know that you can make a markup on these specific products. But the way that you find if you can make a markup on the specific products is you're gonna wanna look for the sales. So this is a little bit more hands-on, but you can make a higher profit margin because these are higher end products from these type of sites. And the way that you're gonna do that is you're going to look for the sales. So look for the specific sales, look for clearance items. Let's find usually they have some good sales on the home page, which it doesn't look like they do today. Where's the sort button? This looks different from the last time I was here. Deals, maybe? There we go. Let's go clearance, see what's here. And so this clearance shirt right here is $4 to $8, and obviously same thing here. If I went through and identified, or even this right here, this touch-up kit, I bet you could sell this on eBay for like 10 to 15 bucks easily. If you see that there's a market for it, check the sold, like I said before. And then obviously you can make a higher markup on a lot of these things. Another great one, and you can do it from Target too, but I'm not gonna run through every single possible scenario. Use your brain, mold this, 2 different items. But a great one on Walmart and Target as well is looking for clearance televisions or clearance furniture. They're a lot more, when you buy them, but obviously you're gonna get paid first, so don't do this initially when there's a payment hold on your account. But once you get that payment hold away, you can start dropshipping furniture. You can start dropshipping sales furniture, obviously. You can start dropshipping sales on TVs and make that $30 markup, that $40, $50 markup relatively easily. And yes, they're heavy, and yes, they're breakable. However, you know that you can always return them because it's a legitimate site, and you know that on top of that, you can always, rely on the fact that they're going to be shipped fast and that you don't have to do the heavy lifting or any of the shipping yourself. So it's a great, great method. I'm not going to run through all these because it's literally the same exact thing as AliExpress and the same idea. Check the market, check to make sure that they're selling, and check to make sure that you can make a markup of profit. The only difference with Target and Walmart is, like I said, you can dropship higher end products with a higher profit margin, and on top of that, you're going to have to keep track of the fact that they're remaining in stock and that the sale is still going on. That's the only difference that I see with Walmart or Target or any of the other, brand name websites. Maybe it's Kohl's, maybe it's, whatever it is. As long as it's not on AliExpress, just make sure that it's still in stock and the sale is still going on. Check to make sure when the sale ends. Usually it'll tell you, and that's how you drop ship 3 brand new ways on eBay. So I hope you guys like this video. I really kind of went in depth with this. It's a great, great method. I don't just say these things. I've practiced them. I put them into practice before. Like I tell an entire course on this, but I want to give this to you for free because you guys are my YouTube subscribers, and I genuinely appreciate you watching. And I wanted to give you a lot of value today and a lot of value in the future because I know the last couple videos that I've been doing were kind of like Q&As and kind of mean comments, and I wanted to get back to some of the entrepreneur insights, how to make money online, and we're going to jump into a bunch of that here in the coming days and this coming month because I got a lot of great content for you. So drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you're doing currently in your business online and how you're making money. I love to hear new ideas, and I love to converse and network with other potential online entrepreneurs. So hit that like button too. It really helps me. Whoa, talking a lot this video. It really helps the channel grow, and it really helps me out, and I genuinely, genuinely appreciate it. Now I'll see you guys in the next one.